If there was a store full of nothing but retro 80s stuff, would you go inside? Yeah, I would too. Let's do it right now.
Don't you know that you're a grown up? No games, no puns. Not allowed if you're a grown up.
Hey, welcome back to Gen X Grown Up. I'm John. I am a Gen X Grown Up. Thanks for checking out this video and the channel. I'm actually here on vacation in Denver, Colorado. And the other day I stopped by to see the 5280s nostalgic, like 80s vintage store. I was really jazzed to go. And I got here and there's a sign on the door that says, we're on vacation too. Like, they reopened like a week after I leave. So I was disappointed, but I actually dropped a line to the store on Facebook saying, look, I'm here for a few days. I was really excited to visit. And they said, you know what? We will arrange it so that someone will stop by and you can go in the store for a personal visit. So awesome people to do that for us. And more importantly, I want to share it with you here on Gen X Grown Up. This is the kind of store that really speaks to anybody like us or anybody like you who would watch a channel like us. So let's head inside right now. Right? So pick your chin up off the floor and I'll give you a tour of the 5280s store as I saw it. Now the store is the star of the show here, so as I talk about the experience, I'll show you some of the things that I saw, and just know that I recorded maybe a quarter of the stuff that was there. So there's much more beyond even what you'll see here. And be sure to stick around to the end of this video where I'll show you all of the things that I bought, that I just couldn't live without, that I saw here in the store, and it's a good amount. You'll start to notice that they do a great job of organizing merchandise. First, you'll see genres together, like the board games or wrestling stuff or trading cards or horror. But I noticed that when a particular property hits critical mass for them, they then make a specific section just for that one thing. I spotted a troll section, a pac-man section, a Garfield section, Star Wars, strawberry shortcake. You get the idea. The resulting effect makes the presentation more like a museum experience where similar themed products are on display together. Plus, since this isn't a museum, the stock is constantly refreshing as dorks like me come in and buy a bunch of stuff, and then the owners locate new 80s mementos and merge that right onto the shelves. During my visit, I spoke with Anthony, whose parents own and operate 5280s. You might think I'd get a hard no when I asked him to appear on camera, but he was like, faux shizzle, man, let's do it. So I first asked him how the store got its start.
I would say maybe 6 years ago, we just came out of a movie theater and it had some 80s trivia in there. Tony said, well, why is there no 80s store? Why is there nothing that is collecting all this that's coming back? And ever since then, we saw this gleam in his eye and he just started collecting 80s toys and packing his house full of memorabilia and all these collectible stuff. And ever since then, it's history.
And so pretty much everything in here is like for sale for the most part. So it's kind of half museum, kind of half store.
Yes, exactly.
How do you continue to get so much like premium stuff from that era?
It takes a lot. Every day Tony's on his phone calling someone, contacting, setting up dates where he could go look at stuff. Someone could come in and bring stuff in. It's a labor of love, definitely. So the store is always constantly revolving around the toys that are going in and out and loving homes.
What's the reaction of people that they come in for the first time and like, are they blown away? Or are they taken aback? Or what's typically the reaction?
I would say 75% of the time they come in and immediately go, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And the other 25% of the time, they go, this is totally tubular. So, or gag me with a spoon. One of the sayings they love to bring back when they come in here.
What's like the number one mover? Like what's the kind of thing people come in and they always ask for? Is there a thing, or is there kind of a genre, or how's it go?
I would say the cards are a fun way to go.
The trading cards?
People love seeing the trading cards. There were so many in the 80s, really pushing those out, and I'm sure there's a warehouse out there that's just packed with cards. Other than that, the Star Wars stuff and the Broncos stuff, people love the sports, the old Broncos logos and the colors. Can't go wrong with that. And Star Wars, of course, because it's just always coming back and staying relevant.
I can't thank you enough for opening the store, even though you were closed. I mean, it means the world to us. Thanks.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you coming in and doing a little piece, and we enjoy giving the memory of a childhood and a good time all together for the day.
That was Anthony, who opened up the store exclusively for GenXGrownUp on his day off, the last day of 2019, just to humor this Gen X nerd. By now, you're probably getting a sense of just the volume of 80s memorabilia at 5280s. And if you grew up as a kid in the 80s, browsing the shelves here is much more than just, oh, I remember that. It's, oh, I remember that, and I had that, or my best friend had that, and we played together before he moved away. It's the experiences tied to the memories of these plastic artifacts that give the pieces and the store much greater significance than might be obvious to someone who doesn't share that Gen X experience. It's not just a shop filled with toys and stickers and dolls and games, it's a reverse time machine. Since you can't go back to the 80s, this store brings the 80s back to you. We probably spent more than an hour that day, and not just talking to Anthony and shooting for this video, but genuinely shopping. I mean, you're seeing all this awesome 80s stuff. Could you walk out without buying a thing or two, or 3, or 20? I surely couldn't. 5280s went the extra mile for us, and I'd like to hope that my shopping spree made it at least somewhat worthwhile for them too. So now, as promised earlier, it's time to see all the great stuff that I could not leave behind.
So let's start with the Pac-Man collection. So Pac-Man folders, not one, not two, 3 different styles of these Pac-Man school folders. I got those. These Pac Family puffy stickers. You remember the puffy stickers when you were a kid, I'm sure. These are unopened, brand new, old stock, puffy Pac-Man stickers. This I thought was awesome. This is a play school hardwood puzzle of Pac-Man. Everything is here, it's complete, and it's got all the pieces. It's assembled right now, but I mean, you know, I don't know if you can take it apart, put it back together, whatever. I never seen one. I mean, not in the flesh, so it had to be mine. More Pac-Man. I got some Pac-Man trading cards, still sealed wax pack trading cards. I guess maybe gum in there, but I had some of these when I was a kid, and they had a whole box of them that I couldn't afford, but I bought a few packs of them. I'll open some for sure. Over on the Pac-Man theme, I got the 80s Pac-Man board game. I mean, it's all there except one ghost, but it's in beautiful condition. The marbles are still in the plastic bag. It's in great shape. It was a great find. And since we're talking board games, the Q*bert board game, complete, 100% there. Had to pick this one up too. They had a Frogger as well. I only have so much room in my luggage, so I had to kind of stop somewhere because there's more to show you. I've been on a real run with these book and record sets, and I found 2 G.I. Joe book and record sets. Yeah, the record is still there, intact, decent shape. They're both from Kid Stuff Records. Can't wait to listen to these. I don't know how I could have said no to this Mr. T book and record. Still shrink wrapped. They had a whole stack of them, but it's a Mr. T book and record. Come on, I had to have one of these. Just a couple more. Let's see, what should I show you first?
Hey, John, you should show them me next.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Gobo. Right, I got a Gobo Fraggle hand puppet because why wouldn't I buy a Gobo Fraggle hand puppet if there was one available? So
Yay.
I did. And finally, easily the coolest thing that I bought while I was there is this brand new in-box Steve Austin $6 Million Man. Never been opened. You can see there's his the engine block. I mean, it's complete. He's never been out of the box. It's just, wow. And priced well, so there's only thing wrong with it really is a little bit of plastic separating here, but other than that, what a great find. And I mean, they had plenty of stuff there that I could have bought, but I resisted because, again, I can only fit so much stuff in my luggage. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it and spending time visiting. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
GenXGrownUp is dedicated to bringing you new Generation X inspired videos every week. Here are a couple more you can watch right now, but for even more, subscribe and enable those notifications. And if you love what we do, we invite you to support us over on Patreon. And of course, your feedback in the comments and a quick thumbs up are always appreciated.